Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. The purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews or our website. Reach out. It's in the description, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust 41, reference 126300, 41mm in Rolex 904L stainless steel. This is a timepiece that debuted back in 2007. A full stainless steel 41mm second generation big Datejust. The timepiece has a pleasant 11.6mm profile, making it quite slim compared to the rotating bezel Rolex sports watches. Lug-to-lug, it measures 47.5mm, but solid end link to solid end link. It has an absolute distance of 51mm across the wrist with a 21mm spacing between the lugs. Rolex makes its own alloy, that is, it makes its own stainless steel. 904L, unlike conventional 316, does not need to be rinsed after you exit salt water, chlorine, or even polluted waters. Very resilient. Rolex makes the case, the bracelet, and the clasp, and you can see all three fit beautifully on my 16cm circumference wrist. With the conical profile and the slender case, it wears easily under a cuff. It's an all-around watch that could be your dress watch or your sports watch, and could very well be your only watch. There are a lot of people searching for their one and only. They're going to buy one good watch, and that's it. This could be that watch. Now, features of the watch include, of course, the Oyster bracelet and clasp. A few things to shout out. One of our offices likes to overwrap these things, but sealed for your protection. You can see polished center, polished flanks, removable links fixed by screws, calculated gaps on the underside to vent as well as avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. This not being one of the hardcore sporting references, it features the lift lock system with the internal beak and the hook to stay shut. It does include the Easy Link system, which is 5mm of in or out incremental adjustment, equivalent to adding or removing one sizable link. You'll also note that there are divots drilled inside the clasp, so you can change the anchoring point of the bracelet for precise sizing, so 3 degrees of adjustment. The case is graceful, slender, lithe, and elegant, all of high polish, and the bezel is conical, broad, and strong. You can see there's a twin lock crown in steel. That's what the little slash means. Screw down 100-meter water resistance. You can see that the watch features Rolex recently arrived mini crown between Swiss and made, and the dial is what Rolex calls dark rhodium. Rather than the silver rhodium you see on Swiss movements covering the brass, this is darker. It's like a nickel anthracite or ruthenium coating with a lovely sunburst radiating out from the center of the metallic dial. As you can see, small hashes for seconds and minutes with Arabic numerals every 5 minutes, and applique and loomed white gold indices, white gold Rolex crown, white gold hands, all of them designed to resist oxidation and tarnish over time. The Cyclops Eye magnifier wears well on the 41mm watch, as it's less likely to crowd and monopolize the dial than it is on the smaller models. As you can see, there is a quick set for the date, and the watch does feature a hacking or stop seconds function for precise setting. Underneath the case back, which is solid and screwed in, you have the new caliber 3235. 3235 has a lot of familiar architecture and features, but the big change is the arrival of a new 70-hour power reserve, courtesy of the Liga-etched Chronergy escapement, effectively Rolex's answer to Omega's coaxial. It makes do with precision rather than an exotic architecture, a new train for the drive, and a new barrel that's thinner with a larger mainspring as a result. So 48 hours of power reserve becomes 70 in this model. You also have 31 joules. You have a 28.8 beat rate, or 8 beats per second. It's free-sprung with a full balance bridge for shock resistance, and in contrast to the older 3135, the winding system uses a rotor bearing instead of a jeweled staff for greater shock tolerance. The handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring allows the watch to pass the COSC chronometer test. Rolex then cases up the watch and tests beyond the COSC to -2 + 2 seconds per day or better, hence the terminology superlative chronometer. It now means something. The watch has the stop seconds, the quick set date, and that hairspring we discussed is a niobium zirconium blue oxidized, a highly anti-magnetic alloy that makes the watch shock resistant, 100 meters water resistant, and highly anti-magnetic. All of this in a simple 41mm stainless steel case. Your one and only watch? Quite possibly. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing questions. And we're back with the Rolex Datejust 41 Rolex proprietary Chromolite Blue Lume by night.